So now I'm going to continue with some additional scrap clay, and I'm going to try to produce additional slab hearts, just like you saw in the previous video. I recommend that you use a small chunk of clay to do this, about a jawbreaker candy size amount, maybe a golf ball size amount, just to start. And then remember to seal your scrap clay bag up really well. All this excess scrap clay is going to continue to get used on top of our tile for future textures. Have some moisture in your hands. Roll that chunk of clay into a ball. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then kind of flatten it. Kind of slightly flatten the ball, not completely. Don't hulk out. You can do a tortilla method if you like, that you just saw me do. And you should end up with a flattened ball that's almost kind of chunky and fat, like a cookie. Think of like a Chips Ahoy cookie. Take your wooden dowel and basically proceed to use it as a rolling pin, because the flattened ball or cookie shape is a little too fat, and I want it to, you can see it's a little too fat, and I want it to be level with my slab heart that's already stuck on my tile, already attached. So I need to take my wooden dowel and I need to roll out that slab just a little bit. You want it to be level and flat, however. Okay, so do not hulk out when doing this. Do not apply an excessive amount of pressure. Just do some light rolling, gentle pressure, light rolling, and then rotate the slab and roll in the opposite direction. Okay, that should be a pretty good match now in terms of thickness of the heart already living on my tile versus this new baby slab I have to the left. You want them kind of matchy-matchy, because what I'm going to try to do is mimic that first heart and mass produce several more hearts as my slab sample. Remember, this section of my tile is serving as my slab sample, and I happen to have the fallout piece to get me started. But if not, you can make all your slabs from scratch, as I'm doing right now, if your fallout piece didn't work out. Okay, so take your little rolled out baby slab and trace over your pierced design once again. Hopefully you still have your sketch handy. Another thing you can do is use the piercing itself to get the shape. So I can put my baby slab under my tile and trace through the piercing too. Whatever you need to do, just try to keep mass producing the same shape over and over. I'm going to use my bent paper clip to basically pierce out another heart. And remember, when you do pierce, you want to do some prep work. You need those bullet hole shapes outlining all around. And then you can proceed to cut through. Or you can just go for it. And if your clay is soft enough, and mine is, it's straight from that scrap clay bag, you can just go for it and start cutting if you feel confident. Otherwise, do the bullet hole outlining first. It's your choice. So now my heart is cut, but I don't want to push it through, so I'm going to peel away the surrounding clay. That's less strain on the heart shape. And obviously, freshly cut clay is jagged and rough and needs to be cleaned up. It's not pretty. So you're going to want to do that with some fingertips that have some moisture on them. And also you can use a paintbrush or a sponge. Just baby that slab. In my case, a heart-shaped slab. Yours will possibly be a different shape. Baby it and then kind of decide where you want to put it in that one section designated for your slabs. For your slab sample, I should say. Okay, so I'm just kind of figuring that out, how that's going to fit. It's almost like having puzzle pieces, and you're kind of putting the puzzle pieces together.